Action pets gaming.
Chill vibes tonight, chill vibes tonight. Laid back life, laid back. No stress, no fight, no stress, no fight. Throwing parts together, throwing parts. Crafting all night, all night. Get ready to build, get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Chill vibes tonight. Chill vibes tonight. Laid back life. No stress, no fight. No stress, no fight. Throwing parts together. Crafting all night. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right.
Action pets gaming.
Chill vibes tonight, chill vibes tonight. Laid back life, laid back. No stress, no fight, no stress, no fight. Throwing parts together, throwing parts. Crafting all night, all night. Get ready to build, get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right.
Well, good evening and greetings. And all that stuff. Good evening and greetings. It's kind of the same thing, but just in a different way, isn't it? All right. Well, it is Wednesday, and I've got about 6:14 in the p.m. So let's call it 6:15 in the p.m. on this April the 9th. We're getting already through this month again. I know some of you, however, are still sitting out there in the past, and some are somehow in the future, but whatever present you're in as you're watching this, well, I hope it's going good. All right, let's get into some of this 14 Overmind demo. It's interesting. We found that little spot. It opened up a little bit, you know, kind of showed us a little more something, like a mining facility, if you will. Seizure warning. Gotcha. Now I know we're probably not going to have a big crowd for this, since I haven't noticed any building. Alright, any key. Here it lies. But for those of you who do end up showing up, thanks for doing so. Alright. We found the thing and then we died. That's right. Alright. This time we're going to do smarter. We're going to try to get through with multiple health packs. Alright, we're maxed out right now.
Battery charge.
We're gonna make one of these puppies. And I think maybe we should make another medicine. Why did we end up dying last time? Alright, we need 3 composite, 3 nanotube. Gravity system, we might as well start with that. We should probably go mining at some point. Levi Rivers, good afternoon, good evening. We're going to want to make one of these. Alright, now we got to make more stuff because... Right. 12 nanotubes. Coating, 2 quantum, 1 vacuum insulator. I had a feeling that vacuum insulator was going to be there. Just because I don't want to make the wrong things and waste. Because I'm using stuff to make other stuff. 3 nano fabric. Silver battery. We're not going to be able to make this. Quantum chip. Only make 7 of them out of iron. Alright. We'll hold off on this for now. We're running low on water. We need iron. We need everything. We are low. We're not doing so good here. Yeah, we're in trouble. All right, we need to figure out what we're doing. How'd I end up with another battery?
Start charging. Start charging. Battery charged.
One on me, 2 spares. Okay. We need H2O. I don't know how we're going to get that. That's my main concern. Alright, I know. Alright, where is. Alright, the cycle's right over here. There's a bunch of areas we haven't really explored yet. Alright, there's my ship. Let's go behind the ship. We need resources anyway, so. That's weird.
Low oxygen.
Kept going this way. 3, 2, 1. Oh, right in the nick of time. Woo, that was a close call. All right, need to get my We don't have a weapon per se. I'm going to assume that the laser cutter is the closest thing we have. Reset position. Use medkit. That's the important one. Alright, we better just go for this thing. Where the hell is it? That on. Shoot, I should have left it on. I just don't want to waste the water. Alright, how do I deal with that? Where do you... No, you're causing me damage. Running out of O2 though.
Oxygen is low.
got 7, but talk about crazy. Alright, we're gonna have to charge. You may actually need to bring that other battery, I hate to say it. But first we're gonna put that right there. We've got nothing, so okay. Oops.
Start charging. Start charging.
Woo! Alright, this gets a little something something. Where am I supposed to bring this thing now? I've got it now. Hold on, let's find out what's going on here. I have no quests. Where am I supposed to bring it? I'm probably going to get back on, but I'm going to deal with this first.
Battery charge.
Then we're probably going to have to do a little mining. Keep our energy low, kind of chill. Keep our battery low. It's not a huge amount of time. What, about a minute something, 2 minutes per battery.
Battery charge.
Excellent. Don't know where it wants me to take it, though. It just says, get on the darn thing. Okay, I have it. Now what? It says it has O2 or something. I don't know what we're supposed to do here. Go to the base? And it has no energy either, so I don't know what to do. Just said get the cycle, that's all it said. it just gives me basic tutorial stuff. We know all this. We know all of this. It doesn't tell us anything about this bike, though. All right, we need water. We need... Where would you like me to go with this? I remember seeing some of those things here, so... That is the last of the tasks, and then it's just a question of I can't believe there's no jump. And I believe we've already scoured the heck out of this place. I left some stuff. Down in the pit there. Double tap tap. What's going on? I've already done before. So it's just, oh, it's a locked one. All right, so, hey, Blue Healer. Nah, it's a game called 14 OverMind. It's kind of interesting. We need a key for these. I'm not quite sure. There's some sort of battle and we're scavenging or something. I'm not sure. Say we were like a miner or something. I will say one thing, there's not a whole lot to really interact with in the game except for these boxes. We need to find one of those mag lock boxes. I know there were some that we missed. Now that we have the right proper instrument. Yeah, I think we already kind of tore through this place already. So we need a key type thing for those boxes. Well, it's a demo, so this is not a fully released game. It has some neat elements to it. Ah, now look. That's where you charge it. All right. We need supplies.
Oxygen is low.
That's nice though. I like that. All right, gives you a little bit longer. Brings you in, dumps you off, which is funny. Not funny, but it's like they know you're gonna need to do that. You know, come in and recharge. Be nice if this thing had some form of pew pew. Alright, we're probably full up on our inventory. Oh. Right on. Alright. So you gotta, doesn't do like a pull from the inventory after that. You gotta go into it, be on it. That. Doesn't hold the oxygen, so now you're on it and you're using your oxygen up on it, which is kind of a bummer, right? It's interesting. Need water. Like in every game, we need some frickin' water. Thankfully, the recycle time isn't that long. And is it just me, or does it seem like this little vehicle doesn't move as fast as we do? I'm not sure. So you kind of have to go back to the other place, charge that up again. That's to get you between the two. Alright, so, but your base is here with the working workbench. I'm not quite sure. Alright, so you have 13 minutes. You know what? Power off. it doesn't even give us a speed indicator.
Warning, no water. Warning, no water.
My bike. I'd like to know how to get the key to open these. And I guess we have finished the tasks. We found a little vehicle and now I guess we go around and collect everything. Although it'd be nice if we could figure out how to get the key.
Low oxygen.
Hey, Dimmer, welcome. I still feel like I'm missing something in here, but you know, who knows. All right, so the cycle doesn't charge though. Or does it? All right, so it gets more oxygen, but the battery, I bet you we're gonna have to make a certain kind of battery for that, I bet.
Warning, no water.
That's weird. Soft lava water, where'd you go? There you Be nice if you could just kind of go in part way, charge up, and head back. And that's the other thing too, is I'm wondering how. Well, we'll go back to our area in a minute. That's my inventory. I still have some space, right? There's that with that. We got a good amount of water. Well, like in any game that requires you to do
Warning,
this.
no water.
What do you mean no water? So we should probably start, now that we have this thing. Just runs out of oxygen really fast, you know? I mean, obviously there's probably going to be an upgrade and all that. Oh, hey, no. it's kind of a drag that you got to go back and forth to charge it. You know, you should be able to build some form of a tank or something for it. You know, another way to charge it than going all the way back to the middle of the map. I mean,
Start charging. Battery charge. Battery charge.
just enough. Yeah, I don't know. I like it. It's neat. I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, I know it's just a demo, but a demo should want to grab my attention somehow. I mean, it's neat. Don't get me wrong. I like the anti-gravity thing. Vehicle seems a little sluggish. I just kind of want to feel like I'd be able to zip around down it a little bit faster. Separate. Like, I wish I could just sort this one. But it gets sorted, does all of them. Oh, we're losing no tune here. It's off. Yeah, that bigger stuff up there. Energy cell, alright. I don't even know if we'll be able to make one. Nope. Fine. I'll do it your way. No, I won't. I want to do it my way. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, it'd be helpful if... Looks like you gotta cart around a lot of batteries. Alright. There's our bike. There it is. But how do you charge it? So let's see here. Tab. Energy cell, tier 1. Alright, so it's just, it doesn't supply your oxygen, it only does. Okay, got it. Well, we can do this one now. To get the oxygen, we gotta go to that other place. Alright, magnetic shield. That gets a little tricky to see, but... Come on. Another bad.
Oxygen is low.
Another battery. Wider field of view might be nice. Or to be able to take a look at the settings again. I'm not sure entirely what the laser cut is for. Is it just to like open up those doors that we did? Or, you know, is there actual material we can start mining off of? Like those, I tried, but it didn't seem to...
oxygen.
Probably take that. Lethal density anomaly. Right on. Cool if you could play with a friend. Although I get the whole solo vibe. So, I'm guessing the end of the demo has happened since I have no more tasks. Or no more quests. And this is just this all over again. Yeah, the task bar is there. The quest bar is empty. No water. So the rest of this is lying around, collecting and mining. All right. We do have these funky little spots. You should be able to choose whether or not you want to use your cycle's resources, you know, the water. Oh, actually, can I add water to that? But still, you should be able to choose when you turn it on and off. So that does do something. Okay. Oh, look at that geode. That's dope. Did I get anything out of that? Not making that crackly noise, but I'm not seeing any sort of pickup symbol either. bike? Where's my bike? There it is. Yeah, okay. I get it. I get it. Easy out of that. We're gonna have to get into, all right, how far out can I go? What happens if I do this? What happens if I do that sort of scenario? If we've done all of the quests, then it might just be time to act foolishly. Yeah, it's not going to do anything. Okay. I thought maybe I could create my own. There's no speed boost on this that I'm aware of. I want to auto-save in a good spot, though. Be nice to get the keys or figure out how to unlock the other boxes. I mean, I suppose I could just lay on the laser cutter and hope that that's the key, but see how long I last here. Probably not long at all. Alright, well, let's get out of here. I don't know what this is doing to me right now. Yeah, there's a magnetic one. There's got to be ways to deal with some of this stuff, you know. I mean, again, demo. But again, I'm not sure where they're going with this stuff. Other than you're mining. Though it is a pretty neat environment to mine into. But needs a little more meat. I mean, even for a demo, I feel it's a little like lacking in something, you know. But definitely digging some of it. I like the overall. Did I need my house or something? What happened there? I need to make another house. Jose Pena, what is going on? What up, my homie? How you doing? All right. Got my two of my favorite homies in chat, Blue Healer and Jose. Only because I know them in real life. All of you are my favorite because you spend time here. Who does that? Watching this floating around stuff. Something tells me we might have to kind of call it on this. I don't see, because there's no more quest. If I have nothing to do, except for run around and collect crap, in what seems like a kind of a bordered environment here, since we can't advance anymore, you know. Got home from work, nice. Alright, let's see what happens. Border. So yeah, that inverse anomaly, it's just, oh, use, your controls backwards.
Oxygen is low.
Hopefully about to fix that problem shortly if I can find the entrance. Two of my IRL homies. That would make more sense. Oh, alright, well, we got an autosave here. I gotta be honest. It's a neat concept. It definitely needs some fleshing out. What else? Not that I need to, you know, have my hand held, but, you know, a little more like, hey, this thing that you just got, this is how you deal with it. Alright, we know there's a little water in here if we need to. Graphics are, you know, not fleshed out. Looks pretty decent, all in all. But, you know, again, a demo. Definitely need some work with some of their lighting, shadow effects, reflections, things like that. We're in 2025. Graphics should be, I think, better graphics in some older games than I have in some of the newer games these days. Door is locked. Not for long. Here it is, big box. Here it is, other big box. Where's all the dang flying cars? They exist. We know that. They exist somewhere on YouTube. Yeah, but I've got to assume that since no tasks are popping up, that we are done with the demo. It is now about collecting all the stuff that's here. And so on. I know one of these has a magnetic box on it. not this one. Funny if like you bonked your head on one of these. Thought I remembered one. Hey. Come on, really? Let's head back to ours and then we'll mess around. I mean, I would imagine at a point you would be able to build up your little refuge, repair it. Well, it's interesting, but I'm curious to see where it will go, because it, that's better. Yeah, I don't know what to do from here, except for fly around, collect stuff. It's neat, but, you know, that's, I mean, like, I'm in my mind, like, all right, we're putting out a demo. Here's a couple of environments. Some weird story flashes. You know, you figured they'd kind of do a little bit more, but and it's just flying around this environment and getting messed with by different gravitational anomalies. I suppose I could try and, take this thing to the ends of into the black hole there. Let's see what happens. It'll probably have a barrier. Trying to figure out how to get into the locked boxes is kind of a pain. I've tried the laser. Oh, hey, look at that. Son of biscuit. Oh, wait a minute. Of course, now I've lost where all of that was. There you are. And it deselected the minute I got on that.
Oxygen is low.
Yeah. It's really low. Alright, there's a bunch of stuff out here. But yeah, I just see this as, since there's no more task, it's just, okay, go over here, see what's over here, collect that, build up some inventory. I mean, if I knew that this was going to transfer over and I'd have a little bit of a head start, I might consider it, but it doesn't make me want to go back in and do like more of the demo, like. It's like, I want to jump back into that demo. That's really neat, It's interesting. It's definitely interesting. Again, don't, and it is a demo. I mean, you can't say more than that, really. So, there is that. But that's about it for now. I mean, I could, get some stuff to probably explore a little further. Would have been nice had they been like, thank you for trying the demo. Explore for a little bit in that little area, and then you close that and you're like, okay, we're done. Or something to indicate either that there's another thing that you should be doing or that the demo has ended. Like, hey, thanks for, you've gotten this far. Thank you for trying out, explore, this area, blah, something. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean. So, yep. All right. I think we're good on this one. It is neat, but there are no quests. I will put the quest to sleep. And who knows, they may do an update. That's entirely possible. Excuse me. You know, curious. Like, is there a story? Is it just a mining game? Do you build things? Are you gonna, you know, construct a, you know, a better space to chill? I don't know. I don't know what to say. Seems to be it for now. All right, well, this has been our time with 14 Overmind. You know, I may play it on the side just to mess around. But for now, I think it's kind of interesting. I like the concept. I like the floating around in space and the, you know, having your little thing. I'd like a controller. I'd like to be able to use a controller. I'm just, you know, old school console player. I think it'd be, you know, a lot easier to kind of move around in space. You know, as if you had like your joysticks. You know what I mean? On your EVA suit. I do like the flying around like Super Dude sort of thing. That's kind of neat. Yeah, you know, the inventory crafting thing is interesting, but not. Because I'm eating through stuff and you know, you got to make a bazillion things. And then you use those things to make another thing, then you got to make more of those other things. And you know, and the stacking is kind of small. You know, 4 per chit. That seems a little. I mean, again, I'm used to No Man's Sky, so that's a little crazier too. But yeah, I'd say, depending on price when it releases, I'd like to see a little bit more in the demo. As they flesh it out, maybe do a little update on that demo. I'm going to do a little research on it too, see if I'm missing something. Hey, for free in the demo, it's kind of fun. It gives you some of those like racing moments where you're like, you know, butt clenching through space, going, am I going to make it back and get my oxygen? So those are kind of fun, actually. There are definitely some moments. I will say, yeah, I will give it that. There were a couple moments where I'm like, all right, we made it. There was a nice little surprise when we found, you know, the first asteroid base. That was kind of cool. I think that they're, you know, having the icons everywhere is very helpful. You would need that in an environment such as this. I'd like to see where it goes. I'm curious. It definitely it's piqued my curiosity. It is mellow to a point. It seems like you kind of cook through your stuff really quickly, though. It doesn't really give you a chance to kind of explore and enjoy a little bit. You know, you're really going through your oxygen very quickly, and your batteries. That's why I can see why they give you so many batteries. But drop the noise on that. Yeah, 14 Overmind. And what is the name? What does it mean? Why is it Overmind? 14 Overmind. What is it? Are we over? Mind would be, if we were overmining it, would be with an ED, correct? Mind. Right, if digging out stuff. Am I right or am I wrong on that one? Yeah, don't know. Curious. Graphics are on the border of what I like. It's almost there. I'd like to see this, you know, I'd like to see it finished. Be curious to see where they go with it. I'm gonna give it we need a scale of some sort. That's a good question. I gotta figure out a scale. All right, we'll do a 1 out of 5 for now. We'll call it a 2.5. Oh, we're almost near a 3. You know, for a demo. I'm not quite sure. I'm trying to think of where they could go with this, you know. A lot of emptiness. If you dig on that, that's cool, but it'd kind of be neat if there was something coming at you at some point, other than like these random lasers that just like blast away at all of your health. And then you don't really have any retard except for this other laser, but you need to be closer than they are to you in order for your laser to work. So that is kind of a weird thing. Their targeting thing and damage stuff is kind of odd. And also with the keyboard and mouse, at least for me, you know, to try to truly do some like dodge maneuvers for all that, I think would be easier with a controller. And I think you'd get more of a feeling. I mean, you know, some people are amazing with keyboard and mouse. I am not one of them. But that joystick thing, and I would feel more like I'm in like an EVA suit. I think it would be a nice touch. I hope they add controller support. All right. That's my 2 cents for now. Ask me about it again when you see me in No Man's Sky. And then at some point, hopefully, Light No Fire. We haven't heard anything about that recently. But, all right, thanks for hanging out for a few minutes, y'all. I'm going to go get some dinner because I got to go to work tomorrow. And we'll be back on again. Next time, we'll be with some more No Man's Sky building stuff and or exploring. And then, of course, our usual Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday times. All right, y'all. Until next time, this has been me, Kevin C. here at Action Pants Gaming. Wishing all of you out there, and I'm going to use a Captain Steve phrase anomaly. All of you out there in the viewerverse, a little bit of love, peace, and in this case, yes, some Starship grease. Take care, y'all. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and all that jive. And we'll see y'all soon. Take care, y'all. Peace. Bye, everybody.
Action Pants Gaming.
Chill vibes tonight, chill vibes tonight. Laid back life, laid back. No stress, no fight, no stress, no fight. Throwing parts together, throwing parts. Crafting all night, get ready to build, get ready to build. Let's make it right.